Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. I love being here with you each and every day. And today we're going to talk about how, when we look at the world, we see so much that we would like to change, but we're overwhelmed with the magnitude of the change. And we ask the question, how can one person, how can I have an impact? How can I help the world become a better place for more people? A place where all people can have freedom and that. And the simplest answer I can be is to be the change you wish to see. If you want to see people kinder, be kinder. If you want to see people more generous, be generous. Remember, when we look at things that we want to change, we have to realize all we can do is change who we are. But here's the key thing. When we make a small change, whether we realize it or not, there are ripple effects that go out into the world. And the ripple effects start when you make a change. It starts with the people who are closest to you, the people who see you every day. It could be your children, it could be your partner, it could be your parents, it could be your workmates, it could be your friends. But the people who see you the most will observe, look at the difference that Lee's doing in his life. He's actually being kind. He's being kinder. He really is empathizing. He's listening. And when people observe, it gradually impacts their energy. And when it impacts their energy, they start making a change. And so that's the only way that we can have an impact. Because you know what? You can argue all you want. And when we argue, we don't change anyone's view. Think about all of the arguments you've ever had in your life. Has it changed anyone's view? Let's go right to the big one. Are you in a relationship? Have you been in a relationship? When you argued with your partner, did it change their view? Or did it just make them angry? Did you beat them into submission and underneath they had resentment for you? Arguing is for the purpose of convincing yourself. And you're saying, whoa, what did you just say, Lee? You heard me. Arguing is for the purpose of convincing yourself, because listen to this logic. If you know something at the core of your being and it's true for you, you will say it once. You don't ever have to say it again, because you've said it once. You know it's true. If they can't get it, you just move on. But if you're saying it over and over and over again, you got to ask the question, do I really believe it? Or am I trying to convince myself? Because why am I arguing? You should know that you cannot change someone's point of view. But here's what you can do. You can express yours clearly, concisely, openly, without judgment. Because we realize that everyone has an opinion, and everything that we have, for the most part, is an opinion. We want to say, that's true. It's an opinion. That's really truly. No. This is really true. No, that's an opinion. I get people all the time telling me that this is true about that, especially these political things. This is the truth about that. No, it's not. It's an opinion. And when we can embrace the idea that everyone has opinions, we won't stop arguing. Here's the key thing. Here's the most powerful human being on the planet. The one who lives their authentic self each and every moment of their life. That's a tall order. That's a really big order, because most people can't do that. Do it all of their life, every moment of their life. What about just doing it for 5 minutes when you're in a crowd that has different opinions? How many times do we back down from what we believe? Sometimes just being silent and not saying anything keeps us in our authenticity. Because sometimes when we're silent, we realize saying anything isn't going to change or do anything. So do I really need to say anything? Do I really need to say anything? Or is it my ego coming into play and my ego wanting to be fed? My ego wanting to be stroked, to be made better. Yeah, you agree with me. Yeah, my ego likes that. Oh, you disagree with me. Oh, I'm going to fight you. You know? Real interesting as you start to go down the rabbit hole of what really has an impact. Here's a big thing. If you feel bad when you're stating something, there's a message there. There's a message there. If you feel bad, why are your emotions responding negatively to something you're expressing? Well, for me, that's a sign. That's a real big sign for me. It's a sign that I'm out of integrity. I'm not speaking my truth, because if I'm speaking my truth, if I'm speaking what I truly believe, I won't feel bad. I only feel bad when I'm going against my natural, authentic self. How do you feel about that? Here's another thing that we do a lot. We lie to ourselves. Someone may say, I am the kindest person I know. Well, I want you to go back over the last week and ask the question, were you always kind? Here's a bigger question. Were you always kind to yourself? Or were you really critical? Did you really beat yourself up for that thing you said or that thing you did or the way you were with that person? Most of the time, our unkindness is focused on ourselves. We are most unkind in dealing with ourselves, and yet we just don't want to embody the fact that we've got to have self-care. You know, the tagline at Agape is real simple, and it's also my tagline. Everything begins with you. Everything begins with you. So the only person that you can change is you. The only person that you can make authentic is you. The only person that you can open up the flow of abundance with is you. The only person that you know that can experience great relationships is you. Because you can never know what's going on in another human being because you don't walk in their shoes. You've not lived every moment of their lives, so it's impossible for you to know what someone else is thinking or feeling. You may think you do. You may think you're a real smart person, that you can do that, but you can't because you don't know what's going on. What you interpret as kind and nice may not be with the other person. That's why it's real important to be the observer, to watch the response that other people give you. Maybe it's not a response, maybe it's a reaction that other people give you, because only conscious individuals respond. Because a conscious response is a decision made in the highest interest or the highest vibration with what you value most in life. Most of the times we don't do that. Most of the times everything we do is a reaction. So small steps, realizing that those small steps impact people in ways that you cannot understand. I am constantly surprised, amazed at how I say something and then a year or two later, someone comes to me and says, remember when you said this? That impacted my life. I said, whoa. I said, thank you. And inside I'm going, I had no idea I said that. Because all I was doing was being Lee. I was being my authentic self. I was expressing my authentic views. And let me share this with you. That's all you can do. All you can do is be you. The best you can be in any moment. And if you're doing that, you're going to have the most rewarding, great, connecting, loving life. And your life will impact the world. Leanne, it always comes back to self-love. And self-love is always about conscious living. Always. It's the essence of the book that I wrote, The Power in You. If you've not bought my book, The Power in You, go on Amazon. You can get it in paperback, hard copy. You can get it in Kindle, and you can get the audiobook with my voice. I invite you to buy it. And then if you've got it and you've read it, go to Amazon and give a 5-star review. But if you're not going to give a 5-star review, I don't want you to review it. I'm asking for what I want when I want it. And that's one of the core things I teach. Anyway, you be you and be the change that affects the world. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for sharing. Know beyond a shadow of a doubt, whoever you are, I accept you as you are. Because if I don't, I can't accept myself as I am. Love is a two-way street. Starts with me, moves to you, and vice versa. Make it a great day, because only you can. Until tomorrow, aloha.